Hello? Coach Gibbs? Hi, Nick. Would now be a good time for a quick chat before the race weekend? Sure. What's happening? Well, I just wanted to let you know that I've seen all the work you've been doing this season, and I just want to say that you have exceeded beyond our expectations with you and your family's racing team's performance. Why, thank you, Joe. It's been a tough road this season so far with some inconsistencies, but we're working them out. Especially we're getting ready for next season. I also want to let you know the status with Tony. We appreciate your efforts in pushing him against those DEI cars, especially Dale. The road isn't over yet to bring Tony his second Winston Cup title and our third as an organization. I just want to keep you aware of the situation at hand with the team. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tight now. It's only 10 points between him and Dale. Is there anything else I could do from this point forward? Just try not to rattle him in any way. You know how he can get. Especially earlier in the year in Bristol, where I was not only impressed by your fuel-saving mileage battle, but also disappointed at the same time you really held him up there. I get it was for the win, but I just wish it could have ended up a little bit differently between the two of you, how you raced. Just race him as clean as possible, and if need be, let him pass. I hope you understand because of the place you're in championship-wise, and I have told Bobby this as well, that as we get closer to the end of the season, there's going to be more team orders. I mean, I knew about this, the moment before I even thought about having it, before the season even started with our partnership. It made me wonder how we didn't think of this before, when my dad was in ARCA. We always bought your old cars. I was hoping to be in the top 5 in the points around this time, but maybe at some point I can find the best in both worlds where I can help both Tony but also help myself as well. Yeah, just keep the two of you clean for these races and to work with Tony for the remainder of the season. If this keeps up, we are considering expanding to a 3-car team for 2006, but the only driver I'm really interested to fill in that role is you. But we'll see, how the rest of the season performs, of course. I mean, we'll see then. I'll see you at the track in Kansas. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for the call. Well, that was a nice little call we got from Coach Gibbs, hasn't we? Anyway, what's going on, guys? MinDQ7B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004. This is episode number 101 today for the Banquet 400 here at Kansas. I mean, last time around, we did exactly what we were supposed to do, and we got Tony Stewart closer to the championship. We're now, Jill Jr. has a 10-point lead over Tony Stewart. The gates are open for this championship fight between these two. Harvick's not too far behind now, but he's slipped off of that misfire opportunity at Talladega as well. We're still P7 in the championship. We still got a ways to go to get ourselves into P5, of course, but realistically speaking, there's no chance for the championship. But of course, not everything's all doom and gloom. Of course, I mean we're basically just getting ourselves ready for next season, essentially at this point. There really is no need to go do anything else. I mean, we got stuff already being in the works, and we got our simulation software coming up in the next 3 races for, we need to get that draft going. I mean, why not? I mean, we're trying to get I guess in this era, iRacing hasn't existed yet. It's about 3 more years, I would say. So technically, we're still using a NASCAR Racing 2003 season at that point as our sim to get our drafting data, believe it or not. Or I don't know, maybe something that they used back in the day. I'm not so sure. I wonder how they did it, actually. I wish I could just go over to a tour of an actual racing shop just to see, what is the sim like and how do I even just drive a few laps. That'd be awesome. But anyway, enough fanboying and geeking about stuff. Let's just get right into it. Kansas. We got Kansas and then Charlotte. Thinking about just probably repairing this, actually. We'll probably just use our best chassis that we have left. As for the engine power, I'm not too keen on what's what, so we're probably just going to take this one as well. As for our bodywork, I mean, we have 2 fresh bodies right off the bat. There really is no difference at all, so we'll just take body number 5. 73 car rating overall at Kansas. We'll see how we could do this time here at the Clint Boyer's hometown, I should say. Let's go do this. Alrighty, here we go. Not sure how I feel about this setup, to be honest. I mean, part of it wants to plow tight, part of it wants to turn. Honestly, it feels more tight than anything else because I'm just going 170, 171. The tire grip just does not. It wants to go, but sometimes it doesn't want to turn at all. So anyway, let's see how this lap goes. Oh, that's a good 3 and 4 right here. Not too like if I mess up the corner even just a tad though, it's gonna ruin the entire line. So let's see what the lap time's gonna be. Oh, nice. P4 starting off here today. Inside of the second row. And guess who's starting on P1? Not the stupid person that always qualifies in front, but Dave Dunn does it again. In the 172, his second or third start, and his second pole ever. Well, who is this guy? And honestly, somebody should sign him into like an actual ride instead of his field filler stuff. Anyway, here we go.
Hello and welcome to the Kansas Speedway for the running of the Banquet 400. Tell us a little bit about this track, Barney.
A first-time winner here, definitely not out of the question in this one. Being that this place is still relatively new to these guys, everyone is on an even playing field as far as experience here.
The MB&A car is currently in the top 10 in points.
Yeah, he needs to focus on this race. A poor finish can quickly bounce you out of the top 10, but a win can gain you several positions, might even put you in the top 5. We'll see what happens.
McMurray moved up to Winston Cup after having an impressive year in the Busch Series in 2002.
He picked up a couple of wins and finished 6th in the points last year, plus he did an admirable job filling in for Sterling Marlin in some Cup runs.
Ashton Lewis has been leaving some on the table in qualifying this season.
And let me tell you how frustrating that is to a driver. Starting in the back of the pack all the time is kind of like only being able to drive at rush hour. You know where you want to be, but that car in front or beside of you is always in your way.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Never thought I'd see the day where I get to see Dave Dunn do it again in the 172, but he's going to be pretty easy to pass, sadly enough. So all the Dave Dunn fans, I hate to tell you this, he ain't leading another lap. He ain't leading a lap, I'm afraid. So yeah, 66 laps. It's a bit of a short one here today, and here we go. Green flag is back out in the air. Of course, we have to remember what we're racing for. We're trying to race for 5th in the championship. As we're not going to let Junior go by though. We're gonna keep right where we want him, like back behind us, right then and there. Tony Stewart's already going for the lead, P3 to P1 already for Mr. Stewart. He's gonna lead the first lap most likely, and hopefully the setup gets a little looser. I mean, if I know from my past Kansas experience, the setup gets looser as the run goes on. So I'm hoping that's the case. Because I know in a rookie season we barely even had control of the damn thing. So hopefully we can actually gain some control on this thing as, we're already ready to go try to steal second away from Newman. Be another back-to-back 1-2 finish, but, you know, at this rate, Tony Stewart will be leading the points, but of course I kind of want to go for the win myself. But, we had a great corner right then and there. We could actually just try to take the lead away from Stewart right then and there. We could try to do that, but, you know, Stewart already led a lap. And we're already going to, you know, race him clean and fair, Tony Stewart. Oh, that is not ideal at all. I am sure people are going to be really mad at me at that one. I'm pretty sure Coach Gibbs is going to be really, really mad at me about that one for just getting loose underneath the apron, just racing my teammate a little too hard. Should not be doing that. That is a huge mistake because here comes Dale Jr. trying to pounce on the opportunity right then and there. You know, Coach Gibbs is going to Tony Stewart, of course, is going to be really pissed off a little bit because I raced him hard on lap 3 of the race. So let's see if he can work his way back through the traffic. I mean, my apologies to Tony Stewart. I really did not mean to do that. I probably just kind of hindered his championship hopes a little bit. You can see that one mistake is really, really starting to add up now because Tony's having a hard time getting back through everybody again. After we just kind of moved him out of our way, but unintentionally, of course. We could hit the apron and it just slid the car all the way up into him. That could have been much more of a disaster, but that is certainly still not ideal. The car is fine. I mean, as long as I just don't mess up the corner entry like I did into 1. Kurt Busch is having a good day. Tony Stewart's brought back up to 5th. Hopefully we can try to bring the gap close together because Newman's just trying to do his best to defend Dale Earnhardt Jr. right now. He's doing a great job, the number 12 car is, holding on that P2 spot. But Jr. wants more, of course. He needs to go out to become a 2-time champion in this simulation. Not a simulation, in this playthrough anyway. Yeah, just right now, Kurt Busch is just holding up Tony Stewart. I mean, he has to go around him somehow. I don't know why the AI are having a little bit of a hard time passing one another, but hopefully the pit cycle does not really screw him over. We're gonna have to, you know, give Tony Stewart maybe like a bit of an apology or whatnot, at some apology card at some point for that little incident there. I mean, there's gonna be a team meeting on Monday morning for sure about that one. But enough about apology cards. We gotta actually defend Dale Earnhardt Jr. as best we can because he wants more. He needs to lead laps. We need to make sure he does not lead a single lap though. But the problem is it's my own fault if that was the case. Stewart is still being held up in traffic a little bit. He's currently down P5 at the moment. He's still trying to get around him. I think it could be done, but Kurt Busch is just not giving Tony Stewart any favors right now. I mean, I could just go back there and just try to get Kurt Busch up, but I would have to give up the lead. I cannot do that now at this point of the run anyway. And then Junior, oh, he's going down the inside. I got to make sure I protect that bottom as always. Oh, he's trying. Junebug is. I think Junior is faster than our car right now. Junior is definitely faster, but we're gonna hold him up as best we can, and to see if we can get a good pit stop to go alongside with, of course. I'm sure Tony Stewart's crew will do fine. It's just I did not mean to do anything like that at all. I mean. Yeah, I gotta stop talking about that. But it's just being Dale Jr. right now. Newman's kind of fallen off a little bit. I mean, yeah, we just gotta make sure we just hold on to this lead, it looks like. I mean, it looks pretty solid for what we have so far. Oh, we're plowing now. We were loose in and now tight off the corner, but Junebug's gonna be right back behind us. He's trying to pass us, but we're still leading most of this race so far. Trying to get the gap to close up, but Kurt Busch just took the third spot. Oh, come on, get back down there. Oh, crap. We let Junior go by. Yeah, definitely it was clear. It was pretty clear that the 8 car was a lot faster than this 56 car right here at this point of the run. The right rear is starting to go. It's like I said before, it gets looser at this point of the run. I am not surprised at all that it got loose right then and there, and mission failed. We'll get him next time. It looks like Junebug will lead his laps and get 5 bonus points. Yeah, we're gonna. Don't worry, we're gonna have to pit in. We're gonna have to pit in about a few laps. I would say 23, 24. We'll have to come on in. Definitely a 2-stopper though because of these tires. And ain't like Michigan where I have to stretch it as long as I could for 1. There's no way. I'm not gonna bother with that. Definitely a 2-stopper here because of the tires. We're trying to get back right back with Dale Earnhardt Jr., but I think he just has the better car overall. Tony Stewart's trying to get back to 3rd. Looks like he's about to go do it. Yeah, our tires are really worn now. Yep, it's definitely getting looser. I can feel it, but it's also sliding up like heck. So, for sure, I don't want to go lower the wedge to 1.5. Negative 1.5, I should say. Yeah, just as long as Dale Jr. does not lead the most laps, we'll be okay. But for sure, I mean, we did not do anybody any favors with that little move earlier. So at this point, we're probably just going to wait for the pit cycle to commence.
About 1.5 off the leader. Be careful, you're using up those tires.
Yeah, tires are going away. Junior's going away. I just smacked the wall like an idiot. We have to box this time. Hit this time. Hit this time. Try to get our hand out the window here. Yeah, Kurt just
Got one hot. We just lost a spot.
Oh, we almost missed the pit entry actually. Yeah, I don't know if I want to lower the wedge. I probably don't. I probably shouldn't. So yeah, we always come in early in these things, but there's really no other way to do it. I'm afraid.
The crew jumps over the wall and begins to service this machine. This is their opportunity to shine. They can't make any mistakes here. It'll be a routine 4-tire change.
Oh no.
2 cans of gas, 4 tires of gas on this stop.
This is really slow now. That's really slow. I am, but that's fine. Just got to shake it off and just get back right to it.
The leaders are bit. They're on both sides.
All right, we got some word that the leaders are now coming down pit road. We got multiple cars coming down pit road. Pit road's going to be very, very crowded down there. Junior's still out there.
30, 56.
So I'm wondering if Tony went down. I mean, I know I kind of messed up his race from lap 4, I should say, but I'm sure he can get himself back up there in front of Dale Jr. I mean, if he has like a terrible pit stop or whatnot, or if something happens to him. But you know, well, not really a long race. It's only 66 laps. I mean, it's a race. I mean, anything can happen within the 66 laps or whatnot. A slow pit stop can occur. An untimely caution can occur. A lot of things can happen at this point in the race so far.
30, 43.
Keep running that line. That lap was fast.
That's one more down.
Yeah, there's Tony Stewart right there. He came out behind Kurt Busch. That's not good. That's not good at all. So we kind of really just held him up still. I mean, he must have had a terrible pit stop. It seems. Junebug's still out there. What is he trying to pull? Is he trying to pull a one-stopper out of his ass or something? There's no way he can do it.
30, 68.
Whoa, that was a quick lap.
Got one down low. Hey, that's worth another spot. Keep digging. All clear, buddy.
The leaders are coming into pit.
All right, looks like Junior's finally coming down pit road as well. So the end of the pit cycle should be commencing pretty soon. Seems like everyone else is going to come down. Yep, that's what it seems to be. Kurt Busch is like already trailing behind me, it looks like. I can see his little red dot, and Tony Stewart. I mean, I'm going to have to let, at some point, going to have to repay the favor.
21 car down low. We're up another position.
You know, especially since we kind of rubbed them off the wrong way. We could try to get, if Tony's close enough to me and Kurt, I'll repay the favor by letting Kurt go by and just see if he can go after Dale Earnhardt Jr. because in terms of long run pace, I don't have it. Short run pace, I do have it. So I'm kind of just using what I have right now. I think that's Dale Jr. coming back on track right now.
Run some more like that one.
Yeah, I think that's Dale Jr. coming on the track right away. Because there's Newman. Yeah, that's Jr. He's gonna have freshest tires. A massive L today so far for us, unless like a caution occurs. But in terms of us like catching the 8 car, no bueno. It looks like Tony Stewart's finally going to try to make a move on Kurt Busch. We don't have the car to catch up to Dale Jr. at all. So, unfortunately, this is where I'm going to have to get out of the way and just put my ego aside. We don't have the car, but I didn't mean to let Kurt Busch go by as well. But he's having a great race so far to 97. Like real talk, he's having a great race in that Rubbermaid Sharpie 4. We're gonna try to go back down the inside to take third away. Hold him up just a tad. Now I just hope Tony Stewart can make up a 3-second gap on Dale Earnhardt Jr. I mean, the problem is he pitted a lot later than Tony, so he has the fresher tires. Junior has a 4.5-second lead over us. He's pulling away.
Just 4.5 seconds off the
Yeah,
lead.
definitely. I could already feel the grip falling away on this one. So do I even bother with the wedge adjustment? Do I just do that? Do I just lower the wedge at this point, or lower the tire pressure to give myself a little bit more grip in the corners or something? Or, I mean, Matt Marsh and I are trying to discuss right now, like, what can we do? What can we do to catch up with Dale Earnhardt Jr.? Because it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. As we're now 5 seconds back, Tony's now still 4.5 back.
Front tire's a little warm. We can pick up some more spots.
It's pretty clear that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to probably walk away with this one. Tony Stewart has a 5-second deficit, and it's all my fault because he got caught up behind Kurt Busch for the majority of that run. This is not a Monday meeting I'm looking forward to. This is definitely not a Monday morning meeting I'm going to have to look forward to at all. Yeah, I mean, pit cycle's really commencing right now, but we cannot come on in, and he's going to get held up by Casey Mears and Christian Fittipaldi, of course. If it's not one car, it's another. It looks like we're going to have to come down the pit road pretty soon, I would say. Like, this handling kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie, but what am I going to do to fix it? Like, if I make it looser, it's going to be almost unbearable to control in the latter part of the run.
31-10. Okay, let's get after
Yeah,
these
5.5 seconds back for Tony Stewart.
All clear, buddy.
Unless a major problem occurs for Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart's kind of hosed for this race. So, that's just the way it goes, I'm afraid, sometimes. We're just holding off 2 lanes at once, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point in the run because we can't roll the center like we used to.
97 car.
Yeah, it's getting
Still there.
tight now.
Drop back to 4.
See, it looks like we're going to let Kurt Busch go by as well because he's much faster than me for once. Quite shocking. It's about time as he tries to block the bottom. That compromises both of our entries. Oh, if I had to get pressing the gas pedal, I would have just careened right into the side of Ryan Newman. Yeah, we have to come pit like in the next few laps or so because there's just no way we can keep with this car handling at all. Yeah, I gotta pit. I gotta pit this time. There's no way. Ugh, I can't handle this any longer.
We're down a spot. Keep digging. All clear, buddy.
What do I do with the tire pressures and all? Do I just not bother with it? See, if I put it to negative 1.5, it's gonna be too loose, I think. But you know what? The hell with it. We're going for it. And also an air pressure adjustment because why not? To counteract that stuff. So we're going for it. We gotta do something. Junior is too far gone. He kind of cucked Tony Stewart for the umpteenth time to be saying it. At this point, we're just trying to minimize the damage, for our own race, too, because I don't know where Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett are, but, I mean, they're not in the top 5, which is really kind of strange to say the least, but, you know, we got to race against them, too. That's Harvick right there. He's having a howler of a race as he nearly crashed into the field of our pit exit. If black flags existed, I would definitely deserve one right there. Oh, look at this mess of cars right here. Is any one of them coming down the pit road? No. Jarrett's being held up.
30-32. Run some more like that one.
Jarrett hasn't even come down the pit road yet. Or maybe he has. I don't know, but this is a lot of cars just sitting back here.
15.
Who's gone to pit road versus who hasn't yet? I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I can't even tell through this whole pack. We're going 3 wide with Jeff Burton and Kevin Harvick, who's third in the points. Oh, really tight racing right there between Marlon, myself, and Harvick. Trying to get ourselves back with a position from Mark Martin because I need to know where he's at on the racetrack, like after pit cycle's all done. I mean, he's on the lead lap. He tries to block us right then and there, which is kind of a bit uncalled for, but we're going to give him a little bit of a nudge and run. Excuse me, sir. I'm going to go right around you, and maybe the gap has shortened it up a little bit between Junior and Stewart. All right, so there's Kurt Busch, and there's Tony Stewart coming out of the pits right then and there. We're actually going to come out in front of Tony Stewart, but that's not going to last very long because we're going to let him by pretty much because he's going to go right through us in like the next 5-10 laps. In terms of Dale Earnhardt Jr., though, yeah, I think it's a lost cause with Dale Earnhardt Jr., I'm afraid. Yeah, Tony Stewart's already coming right close to us. So it's only going to be a matter of time where he catches up to us. Well, excuse me, Kenny Wallace. I mean, I'd be pretty angry too if I was in the way of everybody on the middle of the race every single week of your life. I mean, come on now. I mean, we're just kind of trying to pave the way for Tony Stewart now at this point of the race. I mean, Junior's coming in, so he's gonna have to go as fast as he can. I'm just trying to pave the way for him right then and there. Now we're gonna let him go here. He is definitely a lot faster than us anyway. Unfortunately for us, the tires just got worn out, and we have the leader that's just right in front of us. I think that's Newman. He hasn't come down pit road yet. Oh goodness gravy! Almost. We almost spun that car out. Junior's coming out now. Looks like so. That's good news. Oh no! Oh, no! Drama late in the race. How did I let that happen on the middle of a straightaway?
Clear.
How did I... It's the negative 1.5, I'm telling you. Look at that drift, though. I was saving it just fine. I mean, I was just commended the other day about, you know, my save at Dover, but no pit entry to save me that time. And, yeah, we have to pit. There's a lot of cars in front of us. So, did I just screw over Dale Jr. in a way? Because he's coming out of the pits. I mean, our tires are shot, so we have to come back down. Put on 4 Dr. Feelgoods and just make a late race charge, I guess. Yeah, I'm getting everything back to the way it was, for sure. That was embarrassing. I thought I had it saved. Or even just, you know, Kevin Grubb being Kevin Scrub like usual. I mean, did he not see the blue flag with the yellow stripe on the side? I mean, come on. One embarrassing pit stop later. Well, not really like embarrassing, but you know what I mean. A pick. Oh, we only lost 1 spot. Interesting. Newman looks like he's leading the race over Kurt Busch. So how did this jumbled up the field? All right, we're back under green right now. We're in P6? Huh? So who's leading the race then? So it's Earnhardt still leading. Johnny Benson somehow in P5 in front of us. We did not get a good start. So now we're going to have to race side by side with Dave Dunn here. The pole sitter, believe it or not. We're going to go sweeping down the inside, but the speed is just gone on the car all of a sudden. But I guess it just takes a second for the car to get up to speed anyway, like usual in all these races. But he just goes right back down the inside. We're being challenged by a freaking field filler. I mean, he did get the pole, but come on now. 4 laps to go in this race. Johnny Benson's having a fantastic luck of the draw right there, being in P5 right now. Can Tony Stewart do anything about Dale Earnhardt Jr. in these closing laps? I'm not 100% sure. As far as trying to race against Dale Jarrett as well, because, you know, don't forget we're racing against him too, as well as Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon. So, we're going to go sweeping down the inside of Johnny Benson. Don't hit him, don't hit him. We did. We hit him, and we went into the wall. Oh, that's a shame. All right, so we got 3 laps to go. We could try to squeeze a few more positions right then and there. I don't see, yeah, Junior's just pulling away from Stewart right now, but he still has the traffic in front, though. So let's see if anything were to happen right then and there. Come on, we got to get around Harvick at least. I mean, Johnny Benson's having a fantastic P4. He's going for P3. He's trying to steal a podium spot, that number 10 car is. Look at him go. That man is a man on a mission, trying to prove that Pontiac, like he's Pontiac's golden boy. Because, you know, I left the Pontiac stable last season. Anyway, 2 laps to go. This time by. Try to squeeze through the middle of both McMurray, and we have a little bit of a nudge with Dale Jarrett as the frames kind of drop. As we're now in P4 of this race. That has to be Mark Martin a lap down, because Johnny Benson's P3 in this race. Johnny Benson, as long as I don't screw up, he's going to get a podium in this race. But it looks like it's going to be all doom and gloom for us today, as Tony Stewart might be coming in P2 this race. Dale Jr. is going to win this race. Tony Stewart's probably going to come in second. I'm not going to catch him. Now, is it whether or not I get Johnny Benson at the end of this race? You know, him being in P3, I mean, we need that spot in order to get ahead of Dale Jarrett in the points at some point of this championship. So this part right here is crucial for us. He's going to try to go block the inside. He's going me all the way to the apron. He's really trying to squeeze me, that Mother Hubbard, in that Pontiac. We used to be best buds. Now we're racing rivals. Now we go down the inside and steal the position away. It looks like it's going to be Dale Earnhardt Jr. with the win here at Kansas, unfortunately. And he blows up! He blows up right behind me at the end! Johnny Benson blows up right behind me at the end. He did his best. He gets P4, though, but not a good day in the office for Tony Stewart, though, after that.
The drivers didn't spend much time behind that Pontiac pace car today.
Well, you're right, but that just makes for a better race, in my opinion. It really makes the better drivers stand out that much more.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Join us again for our next live broadcast of NASCAR Winston Cup Racing right here on the voice of NASCAR, MRN.
Yeah, I mean, it probably would have been a battle between Junior and Tony Stewart either way, because Junior just had the blistering pace compared to Tony anyway. We had a good lap, though. I mean, I'm not sure if we'll be able to get the fastest lap or whatnot. I mean, maybe we have, judging by the awards. I mean, we led some laps. We got some bonus points over, like, Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett. I mean, unfortunately, yeah, Junior just led the most laps, so that's 185 compared to 175. So that's another 10 points, but for between the gap for the championship. But we got some good tracks for both these drivers. Once up ahead. I mean, we got ourselves a podium spot. Johnny Benson, wow. I mean, he capitalized on my dumb mistake and became P4 in this race. Jarrett's P5, Jeff Gordon P9, and Mark Martin P12. So we're going to gain some points on them at least, for a little bit. So we'll have to go check and look at the point standings anyway. And of course, our man of the pole sitter, Dave Dunn, the Chad himself, unfortunately did not get a good day. And yeah, that's about it here for Kansas. We still have a lot of bankroll though before us. I mean, $9.2 million. We have a lot of bank to spend, but we can't spend anything on it because we have to wait for more of the R&D to finally get take care of. But that is Junior's 5th win of the season. As I said before, he's now 20 points ahead. We're still a bit of a ways. We're down like 50 points though, away from P5 in the championship. Harvick looks like he appears to be out of it. I think his focus is completely gone. So it's just these two now for the championship and anyway. So, yeah, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to Mark Martin. We're about like 57 points, I want to say. I mean, if my math in my head is correct, which I'm sure it isn't. Yeah, we're having a good stretch of races, though. That's, I think, our 3rd top 5 in a row, I believe. Yeah, it would have to be because I had a 1st, 2nd, and now a 3rd. I guess the next play, I'm going to predict, I guess in Charlotte we're going to finish 4th. But hey, we won the Coke 600. Can we win the UAGM Quality 500 though at Charlotte? I mean, we're going to go to our nighttime paint scheme for next episode. So yeah, how'd you think about that little drama there between myself and Tony Stewart? Did you enjoy that? Anyway, if you liked the episode, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel. And we'll see you guys next time at Charlotte.